Hi, welcome to another episode of Cranial Diarrhea. I'm Tiff.
I'm Cheddar, Captain Cheddar Cheese.
So we noticed that we're in my kitchen and the glare from the chandelier up here is...
I'm kind of digging this style, even though I'm not a Green Bay fan. They suck. I'm a Steelers fan, but I'm
They
kind of
suck,
digging.
do they?
I could get some Ritz crackers and wear them on my ears.
How are you going to be a Steelers fan and say the Packers suck? It's like, I don't think so. I think it's the other way around there, friend.
The Steelers, the Vanderbilt of pro football. You made it too easy. Pardon me, was that a little cheesy? Oh, speaking of cheesy, guess where Hottie person's going tomorrow? She's going to the vineyard. Oh, look, I got Ritz crackers. I'm Ritz and cheese.
Oh, I think it's like a copyright thing. Put that down.
I'm a cheesy
Product
Ritz.
placement.
Hey, putting on the Ritz.
I am going to I've never been to a vineyard. And it's not like I go all the time. And it's literally, like, it's not like it's not like
She
that.
said she was going to the vineyard next to the country club.
I don't know if I never said that. Never said any of
Hi,
that.
I'm at the vineyard. Would you like some cheese with your wine? You're going to crack up if the guy comes around with cheese on his hand and starts slicing it. I just got hit by something. Granddaughter hit me.
Anywho. So today's episode, we're going to kind of, I think we're wrapping up our states, the series that we've been working with
My
these
cheese
states.
corner's off center on my nose. I can't get it right. It's bugging me.
This isn't the finale of the series, obviously. We'll finish that up when we do our investigation, and we'll have more details as
Where's the
soon as we get them.
restroom? That way. Yeah, I'm excited to go. I may wear this on the ghost hunt. Wouldn't that be cool? Like some ghosts come up to you and go, "Hey, where's the food court? It's over there."
So anyway, I'm ready. Are you ready
I'm-
to jump right in?
Let's do it. I'm like melted cheese. I'm ready.
I go first.
Go first. Go for it.
Okay, so the first state that I'm going to do, I think we each had 5 this week, so it's
Yes.
going to be a little longer. But the first state that I'm going to do is South Dakota, okay? So what I found on
You're staring at the cheese head, aren't you?
I'm trying not to. But it's really distracting.
It really is.
Very distracting.
But it's not as distracting as this.
Actually, it is.
Really? You think so? You want me to go without it?
That's up to you. That's completely up to you.
I feel like adamant. Don't drink, don't smoke. I eat cheese.
My show prep is...
Oh, go ahead. Your show prep's kicking in.
Anyway, it's hot in here. Is it hot in here?
It's not hot in here.
Hot in here. Anywho, so like I said, I did South Dakota. What I found for South Dakota was the Rock Creek Day School. I don't know why they had to throw that in there, differentiate.
I don't know. I'd wonder.
Anyway, so
Oh, I think I rocked the camera.
there are sounds of a record player, footsteps, doors opening. They hear voices, papers
unicorn.
shifting.
I'm a unicorn.
Chairs and desks are moving. There's a man and a woman that are seen in the windows at night. Here's the reason for this haunting. 2 words. Floating coffins.
That's cool.
Floating coffins is the reason behind what they believe to be the reason
so now
behind.
you got to explain this.
I'm going to. I don't know what's happening here. We're playing dress up.
I'm a wabbit.
They're black. You're backwards. Floating coffins.
So yes, explain that.
Okay. The village of Rock Creek flooded. Okay. The entire village
I think I
flooded.
can pull this off.
And so when the Rock Creek flooded, it took a lot of coffins from the cemetery with it. So everyone in town was evacuated during the flood, and the only so you've got these coffins that are just like floating down, floating around,
It's a coffin race.
and so the only way to wrangle these coffins back in was on horseback, and they were lassoing these coffins and pulling them to shore. All right, so once they got what coffins they could back to shore and went to put them back.
How did they know what went where?
There were so many bodies missing from these coffins where I guess they had dumped out along their journey at some point.
What could have fixed all that?
And these bodies were never found. So what they're assuming happened is that these, obviously the waters, the bodies came out of the coffins, sank down into the sand of the creek, and all around the village, and were covered over. And so they were never found. And so they're saying that whole area is extremely haunted because of that.
Wow. You know what could have stopped all the coughing? Cough syrup.
I don't know why I saw that coming, but I saw that coming.
Isn't that a problem in New Orleans? Don't they do something different when they bury the dead?
Yeah, so they're not in the ground. They do a lot of the mausoleums because they're below sea level, I think.
Okay,
right?
and I was thinking I'd heard something about that.
So because of that, because they do flood a lot too, I think they decided it would be better to put them in mausoleums, I feel like doesn't exactly make the problem go away. It just makes it. I don't know.
So you don't want to visit this state because they all
particular
be coughing. That's a cool one. That's really cool. I never really thought about that. I wonder, because Kentucky just had all those floods. I wonder if they run into any situations like that.
I would imagine so. I mean, I guess it would depend on how.
Well, they drain.
I don't want to get super morbid, but I guess it would depend on how deep you were digging when you were burying people.
Well, surely they got some kind of drainage system they would use in something like that, I would think.
I mean, I honestly don't know. I would say that this happened a long time ago, so I don't know that there was. There were things like that in place. I don't know.
Well, that's really cool. My first one is Tennessee, and I wanted to find something different.
So not the Bell Witch.
No, I went something totally. I'd never even
Our
heard.
claim to fame.
Yes.
The Bell Witch.
I'd never even heard. Oh, that's cool. Look.
Why is that cool?
Oh.
You have eyebrows now?
I do. Like I have eyebrows.
It does look like eyebrows.
Oh,
Oh.
my eyebrows fell.
Oh, man.
Look, I'm Jordy.
I used to put headbands on around my eyes and pretend I was Geordie LaForge.
That's funny. I almost said LaFleur, but that's Peter LaFleur from Dodgeball. All right, so the one I did, this happens at the John Merriweather statue in East or West Tennessee.
Where in West Tennessee?
It didn't give me a town. It just said in West Tennessee. Sorry.
The Merriweather statue?
Yeah.
Okay, tell your story and I'll find it.
So anyway, people hear grumblings and all of this and rumblings and feel like they've been touched and all this stuff when they go to visit this statue area. And theory is, they don't really know, but theory is that they think it's John Merriweather because he was a explorer. Natchez Trace, there you go. Over on Natchez Trace Parkway, but it didn't tell me what city.
Lewis County.
Okay, so it's in Lewis County. But anyway, this ghost is supposed to be they think it's him because he's restless because he was an explorer. But they hear grumblings. Said that a few people have reported Indian chants, which I didn't think Pocahontas was there, so I don't know where that came from. But now, was he married to Pocahontas or didn't she date one of them or something?
I don't think it was Pocahontas.
Who was it that was their god? Sacagawea?
I think so. I think it was there. I don't know. I'm not on the up and up with the history.
Yeah,
Far back. You should know. You were there.
Yeah, but I was busy that night.
He was busy.
I was working at the Crystal. Getting ready to open the McDonald's.
The first one ever.
but the reason I picked this is I'd just never heard of it.
Yeah, that's interesting.
And I think we ought to go visit this and see if we get touched or if we hear somebody. Or maybe I could just like learn to throw my voice and make noises. That would be pretty cool. How cool would that be if I could do that on the ghost hunt, learn to like throw my voice into another
Well, it
room?
wouldn't be cool because you'd be contaminating the entire thing.
But it would be funny because I could say some weird stuff like, I want a hot dog.
I know that's. There's no you have a distinct voice, and I know your voice. There's no way that you could say something, even if you.
I could use my soundboard. But I just thought that was cool because
No,
I didn't even. First off, I didn't even know there was a Meriwether statue in Tennessee.
I didn't know that either.
I mean, I didn't know there was any ties there. So I mean, why would there be? And second off, I didn't really understand why there would be a ghost there. But I guess maybe I wonder if that could be like if you are like I guess a restless soul is what they call people that like to travel all the time. Does that carry over into the afterlife?
Maybe, but then why would you stay in one place
Right, because you're not traveling.
at that point?
These are interesting. Are they really in one place, or can they just come back when somebody's
Or maybe
there?
it's not even him. Maybe it's somebody that just likes the area.
Hey, this looks like a good spot.
Just chill here for eternity.
Stopped for a pee break
fine.
and just stayed.
I like it. It's fine.
It's cool. Nice shade. Cool looking.
That's
dude.
interesting. I was expecting. I knew you weren't going to do the Bell Witch, but I was kind of expecting something a little closer.
Yeah, I tried to
home.
find something I had never heard of.
The battleground or battlefield.
Yeah, well, you know, we've all heard of the battleground around here.
Yeah, we have because we're here.
Well, yeah. Well, I didn't think about that. I guess that's a miss swing and a miss. Huh?
Like the Sam Davis home, maybe. Or...
Yeah, I was just trying to find something I had never heard of.
Okay.
I didn't
fair.
think about that people that watch this may not necessarily be from this area. Do your own research.
Rutherford County, Tennessee.
What do you have next?
Have fun with it. So up next, I have Texas, and this one I did kind of go with an obvious choice, only because I have ties to this place. Okay, so I feel like it's not really personal, but you know. What are you doing?
So you have ties to this place in Texas?
Yes. She knows. So we're going to be talking about the Alamo. Okay.
That's a boot barn.
Or rather, the ghosts of the Alamo.
There's ghosts in the Alamo.
Just listen.
Yes. So, in many, I'm kind of all over the place with notes because I went to several different sites to get, you know, these
Did you go
notes.
to the
So-
vineyard?
Yes, I went to the vineyard. So many of the battles that happened surrounding the Alamo, the dead were buried in unmarked graves, right? So from all of our research that we've done thus far, we know that an unmarked grave is a red flag.
You know, you would think people would realize that.
Well, when all this was happening, I don't think that was first and foremost in their minds.
I'm a hip cheesehead.
So, mysterious footsteps are heard. A spirit of a little boy is seen, which is interesting. I couldn't find much about this little. I don't know who this little boy
It's
was.
kind of odd in a military installation.
But the reports of spiritual sightings and experiences, they go back way far. Like after the Battle of the Alamo, there was an order given by one of the leaders of the Mexican army to actually burn this down. Burn the Alamo down. That was my phone.
Sure it was.
But it didn't happen because the team that they sent to burn the Alamo down when they got there, they tucked tail, turned, and ran right back because they claimed to have seen 6 spirits holding flaming swords surrounding, like protecting the Alamo, right?
So it's kind of like the apocalypse.
Blocking the entrance. And then in 1846, the U.S. Army made the decision to demolish part of the old church. It never happened, right? So because when they went to demolish it, there were spirit sightings, and it scared the team so badly that they didn't do anything. In the late 1800s, there were night guards that absolutely refused to patrol the grounds at night because they were seeing things. Most common, there was a what they claimed to be a soldier that stands on top of the Alamo with a sword as if to protect it.
Wow.
So it's said that nearly 1,000 people have been buried on the land that the Alamo sits on. And
Now,
so
was that just during the battle?
it just in general.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. There are way too many sightings and experiences to detail on this show because we have a time constraint and there are just so many. Now here's a little history lesson for you. One of the men that fought at the Alamo, William Travis.
William B. Travis.
William B. Travis. We are, my daughter and I, are part of that bloodline.
Mama, William B. Travis is the one that drew a line in the ground, and I don't remember exactly what he said, but he said something. You can probably look it up.
Yeah. Well, anyway,
He drew like a line.
some research was done on it's on my mother's side of the family, on my grandfather's side actually, and it came back that we were a part of that line. My great grandmother's maiden name is Travis, so it's pretty cool.
That is pretty cool.
So,
So when you go down there, if you see a spirit, you can say, "What up?" What do you see? What would that be? That'd be like,
it was like great. I don't know, like
we're
7
gonna have
grades
to-
or something.
We're gonna have to come up
Grandfather.
with a nickname for him.
Hey.
We're not gonna go 7 grades.
But I don't see how we're related to him though, because his kids didn't
We'll
have
call him-
families.
I don't know. Your grandma has the information.
We'll call him Grandpop the 7th.
I don't know how
He's
far back it
dead.
goes, but
But that's not, well,
but anyway,
wow.
no, I thought it was interesting.
That's wild. Well, that's a lot better than what I have next.
Okay,
I have Utah.
Utah,
Utah.
sister wives. That's what I think when I think Utah. Sister.
Well, part-
Let's just go.
this is a town. It's called Crafton, Utah.
I have an uncle named Crafton. Anyway, go ahead.
Do you?
Great, it's a great uncle.
Is he crafty?
I don't know. No. I don't think so.
This is Crafton, Utah, and it's a haunted town,
Okay.
and it was believed to be the home of a cult.
Oh, this is getting good.
And this cult, the members, they didn't come right out and say it, but it sounded like mass suicide.
Mmm.
Cool.
So anyway, ever since then, and this was back in like almost close to the 1900s.
That was like way back.
Yeah. So ever since then, when people go there, they hear chanting, they feel like they're like something's trying to take possession of their spirit, soul, whatever you want to say.
Like they're losing control of their own body, like somebody's trying to inhabit it.
Yeah, you know, kind of like when you have diarrhea and you don't know if you're going to make it to the commode or not.
Is that what possession is like?
Yeah, that's exactly what it's like.
Insane stomach cramping and
Yeah.
panic.
And you do the run. And then you hear in the background, upset stomach, diarrhea. That's what they hear in Crafton, Utah. But again, the reason this one sparked my interest was that commonality of always some kind of trauma or some kind of cult-like thing, some kind of, I don't want to say.
Do you have a name for the cult, or is it just like they suspect?
They
that
just suspect.
Okay, gotcha.
Is what it is. They suspect. I guess it'd be hard to prove in the 1800s.
Like I said,
You know what was going on.
1900s.
Okay.
Well, it was close to 1900. It was like late 1800s. But the thing that struck me about it was that when they go there, they hear chanting and stuff and feel like something's trying to, I guess, possess them. So it's like you can go there and you get a free souvenir to take home.
Oh yeah, cult member.
a souvenir that you don't necessarily want to
So,
take.
so if I ever visit there and I come back and we're doing the show and I go,
Why do you you keep saying like if we ever visit these places, I'm not going anywhere near any of these
I think
places.
it would be cool. We should take the ghost tour.
When were you going to Utah? Or
Yeah,
Texas?
what the
I
hell
don't
would
know
we do
that
in
anybody-
Utah?
Well, I've been to Texas several times. I don't think anybody ever goes to Utah.
You ever been to the Alamo?
I have not.
Remember
I've been to the Alamo boot store.
I've been to the rental car place.
Yeah. Rented me a horse. But I guess this one sparked my interest because number one, there wasn't much in Utah. But this was kind of cool because it was kind of that cult thing again.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm seeing these themes develop. It's either like war, prison, cult, some kind of major massacre like the witch straws.
Yeah.
It seems like that's kind of that common
War,
theme.
battle,
Except for Fatty Walsh.
Fatty Walsh.
And the lady that smacked your
Well,
butt.
I mean, he was murdered.
Yeah,
It
that's
was a
true, and the lady
gambling
was, too.
dispute, and he was murdered.
And the lady that smacked your butt, she was too. But I guess, I mean, at least she kept
I don't
her
know about
human
the
it.
cuddler. I don't remember why
You
he
said Cutler or Cuddler?
cuddler,
The
Or
cuddler.
Cutler.
hit and run cuddler.
You said I swear you said
I don't know.
Cutler.
I don't know how he died.
I still want to see somebody's reaction when I said, "Excuse me, ma'am, would you like to be cuddled tonight?"
I'm gonna go to this vineyard tomorrow and be like, "Pardon me, do you have any Grey Poupon?"
At the, yeah. At the desk, they go $5 upcharge for cuddling.
At the vineyard?
Yep. Excuse me, ma'am. Would you like some cuddling with your Grey Poupon?
Hard pass.
That's some cuddling with your grapes that aren't actually grapes.
What do you have next?
So next up, I have Vermont.
Anything good
So I'm
happening
messing with the
in Vermont?
clues.
In the Green Mountain Inn. So this was built in 1833. It became a hotel in 1893. It is haunted by the son of an inn chambermaid and a horseman named Boots. No, actually, the son's name was Boots. Sorry.
Oh, Boots is
It
going to
was
make
a
the top
nickname.
10.
It was his nickname because he was known to be fond of the dance.
Boots is going to make the
His
top
name
10.
is
You
Boots.
said horseman. I literally thought of a centaur.
He was born in the inn.
Well, of course he was.
He became locally famous because he saved a stagecoach. He saved stagecoach passengers when the horses of the stagecoach bolted. Horses of the stagecoach bolted.
Say that 3 times fast.
No,
Horses
sorry.
of the stagecoach bolted, horses of the
Um,
stagecoach bolted.
So he saved the life of a little girl from being stranded on the inn's roof during a severe snowstorm. Where were her parents?
Why was she on a roof?
She's like, oh, hey, it's like crazy snowing and we're all
Like,
snowed in.
climb
Let
on
me
the roof."
climb on the roof.
I mean, that'd be my first thought.
So he saved this girl, okay, from the roof during a massive snowstorm.
Let me guess, he was in the vineyard and he happened to look up and
After
saw her.
lowering this girl to her safety, he slipped and fell to his death. From above, he was right above the room that he was born in. And
Wow.
yeah.
Do you get deja vu?
I think Boots makes the top 5.
So, anyway, Boots can be heard on the roof of the inn.
Like actual Boots or
Boots, the man.
like talking or just
Boots,
actual Boots
Boots
walking?
of the Boots' boots can be heard on.
Was he tap dancing?
Boots' boots can be heard on the roof of the inn.
It's the Boot Scoot Boogie.
Boots, scoot,
I wonder if he's
boots.
doing the Irish jig.
Maybe. So Boots wears boots and can be heard on the roof. And it's Boots.
Boots likes dancing boots, and his boots
Okay.
can be heard on the roof.
Boots, you're in the top 5. Boots is right there. I don't think he surpassed. I think he goes in at number 4. I don't think he surpasses the Cuddler. I know he doesn't surpass Fatty Walsh and the lady that the blue moss that slapped your butt.
Slapping lady.
Yeah, I think those still stay in the top 3, but I think Boots slides in comfortably at number 4.
Just for his name
I think
alone.
Boots he scoots in at number 4.
Scooting on in.
These boots are made for walking.
Evidently
Falling
not.
just right off the roof.
One of these days, these boots are gonna walk walk all over your roof.
So, the next one I had was in Virginia, and this was the Pockeson Mission Prison. This,
Prisons are really common
yeah,
too.
and here's the thing. Another
Let
thing-
me rephrase that because we all know prisons are common, but I meant hauntings in prisons.
Well, here's the
Oh,
other
no,
thing
I've
too.
never seen prison, Mama.
Have you noticed a lot of these are like dated in the 1800s and early 1900s?
Because people
Is there
were-
no modern day ghost?
No.
I'm sure there are, but I guess the older ones, they've been around for so long that they're like
They're more well known.
Do you think-
more power. They have more power.
Well,
you
yeah,
think-
but if it's modern, where are you going to hear about it?
Do you think the more modern ghosts kind of get pissed when they hear about all these old ghosts? They'll
No,
always
I
get
think
all
like the old
them.
ghosts are like looking at the modern ghosts, like the Gen X looks at millennials.
Skeeter boys.
What's Gen X?
His generation, right? Are you Gen X?
I don't know. When,
Are you
what's
a
How are
boomers?
you? Where's Gen Y?
what is Gen?
Our
Generation X. I think it's actually like James, my uncle.
No, I think I am. I think I'm on the edge of the Gen X.
Like the very beginning of Gen
Yeah.
X. Yeah, I'm like I'm just barely a millennial.
You're welcome.
Don't flatter
No, I-
yourself.
Barely a millennial.
I forget the
She
dates
said,
on all
"Woo."
that.
My phone was so.
But this prison was infamous for torture and murder and
In Virginia?
in Virginia.
Metallica plays tribute to Stranger Things. Wow, they played
So-
the Eddie Munson song.
But when people, if they visit, it's like they hear screams. People have reported being scratched, feel like they're being pulled at. One person said they were slammed against a cell wall.
So this place is like aggressive. It's got some aggressive energy.
Well, I guess in a prison, it probably would be aggressive. Unless you go to the soft side.
It's not like a kitten farm or something.
Over here, we milk the kittens.
I literally said a kitten. What the hell is a kitten farm?
I don't know, but I kept thinking.
Why was that the first thing? I was like, it's like a kitten farm.
You know what I thought of when you said that? I thought of that commercial where they're trying to lasso the kittens and get them back into the herd. But there again, torture, murder.
There is a such thing as a kitten farm.
You know, you send people to jail for murder, so shouldn't you like not let them murder when they're in there?
I don't. I think it's frowned upon.
How to avoid buying from a kitten or puppy farm.
I think it is frowned upon to murder while you're in
We
prison.
do not approve of murder.
Murder.
Unless it's necessary. It's a joke.
So,
Anywho.
anyway, again, another one, and it's kind of a big thing I'm seeing too is like older cities that are like abandoned cities and like prisons. There's a lot of common thread. You know, didn't we find one that wasn't in that? Like, was it last podcast or the one before?
I'll be honest with you. I don't remember a lot of the last podcast.
You should go back and watch the show.
We've been so far apart because someone's been canceling.
It's only
There's other
been-
podcasts.
It's only been a week. It's been 2 weeks because we were out of town last week.
Someone likes his other podcasts more.
Not really. I like both of them.
Are we ready to?
Why does he keep?
Are you done in
coming at me?
Virginia?
Yes, I'm done.
Are you done in Virginia? All right, cool. Let's travel on to Washington.
Yeah.
Yeah, not DC, the state. We didn't do anything for DC. Should we have?
We
They got enough ghosts up there in
We shouldn't
Capitol.
go
Got
to
enough going on.
Washington.
You know, all the politicians are ghosts because they never show up where you think they're going to be.
You don't want to go to Washington. You might see our president.
I really enjoyed visiting Washington, though. It was really nice. DC.
Oh.
So what's?
So I'm talking about Washington, the state, not the District of Columbia. Anyway, so in Washington, I have the Tokeland Hotel. This is kind of short. It's haunted by a Chinese immigrant referred to as Charlie.
Uh oh.
He was hiding in a secret spot behind the fireplace, and he accidentally suffocated and died, and now he just wanders the halls.
If you said he brought fortune cookies, I was going to say he's number one.
I was like, how
How ironic.
did you do that? How do you accidentally?
Wait, if he suffocated, wouldn't he like be dirty? Because if he was hiding behind something, he would be dirty, right? So would he be Charlie Brown?
I mean, maybe.
What if he pooped his pants? Then would he be Charlie Brown?
I think everybody poops their pants when they die. Isn't that true?
No.
You evacuate your bowels. I don't know. I'm not a doctor.
Let's test it.
I'm not that type of doctor. So my next one is West Virginia. This one's really cool. This is the
West
coolest one.
Virginia.
Were you through at Washington?
Mountain Mama.
So this is Thurman, West Virginia, and their famous ghost is called the Grocery Boy. And what it was, this was a
I always wanted a pool boy. Sorry.
named Ricardo. So
My pool's an above ground pool. I don't need a pool boy.
I gotta put my vacuum in mine tomorrow.
I am the pool boy.
Yeah, I know the feeling. The Grocery Boy. So anyway, this was in like 1923-ish.
Vandy farted.
Thought that, you sure it wasn't?
I'm sure Vandy's been doing it all week.
So anyway,
You're
so he delivered groceries, evidently. They're the Grocery Boy, but he mysteriously disappeared. No one ever found out what happened to him.
So they had Instacart all the way back then.
I guess so. Grubhub.
So he was delivering groceries and he just
He
disappeared.
just disappeared.
Who's gonna give me
So
my groceries?
People have reported like when they're
Like
get
grocery
home with
bags
their
wide.
groceries. No, but when they get home with their groceries, like stuff will be missing, and they'll find it like down the road somewhere.
You got the wrong address.
Grocery Boy's moving
You
groceries.
forgot my Ritz crackers.
Do you know how mad that makes me when I I don't grocery shop, but when I order my groceries and they come and
Oh, we have to order our groceries.
we're like missing items,
You
or they've
do
replaced
too.
something with the most bizarre thing imaginable, and you're
I
like,
don't-
how do you even?
It's like you order Ritz crackers and they give you Charmin toilet paper. Yes.
I'm sorry, is toilet paper a good substitute for
I'm like, I
crackers?
need 2 8-ounce things of sour cream, and they're like, oh, they're out of that, so here's this 6-ounce thing of cottage cheese.
Or here's some buttermilk. Let's go Krogering. The one I have, my last one's pretty cool.
Okay, well, I need to go first.
Yes, you do.
So, the next one I have is Wisconsin.
Oh, cheesy.
Go, Pack, go!
Where they going?
Wisconsin.
Hopefully to the Super Bowl.
They probably got a shot this year.
I hope so. Anyway, so this is the Riverside Cemetery in Appleton. It's gonna pull my hair out. No, it's not okay.
You look cute. Doesn't she?
Oh my god.
She always looks
It
cute.
won't pull your hair
No,
out.
it always looks
Only the
cute.
top.
Anyway. This
You
is
should wear that to the
legend-
big God.
Fix it. There you go.
Don't cool.
Please don't.
This is the legend of Kate Blood.
Kate Bush.
Okay. She's really popular.
Popular?
Popular. And the show prep has kicked in.
It's only good.
So this is
Hit
Kate.
that again.
No,
Lift your head like that. Because you can see
the ring light
it
in
looked
my
like
glasses
donuts. Yeah,
because
that was cool.
we weren't going to do the show tonight, and then I was like, yeah, we need to put a show out because whatever. But I had already taken my makeup off and my contacts out, so here we are. Anyway, back to Kate Blood.
Fires the Kate Bush back.
A blood-like substance drips from her gravestone in the cemetery.
That's cool.
Her gravestone is warmer to the touch than all the other gravestones.
Give it a taste test.
Legend says she killed her husband and her 3 kids.
That's not nice.
It's frowned upon. Also,
Wilbur, if I have to tell
She-
you to put that seat down one more time.
she is accused of being a witch, obviously a murderer, as I just informed you, and an adulteress. Not necessarily in that order.
Fellers, I think we found
She
it
got her
available.
money. She
Hey,
lured them in with a love spell.
fellers, I think we found one that's available.
She's said to be a hooded figure seen running around in the cemetery and vanishing into thin air.
Sounds like a witch.
How freaky would that be?
Not really.
I would
I mean, you see
Yeah.
somebody running and it's just like, poof.
I wouldn't
would
freak
shit
out.
my pants.
I would freak out. I'd probably be like, "Hey, where'd you go?" I'd try to find it, actually.
And then, like, I
Or
guess
towards
if you
danger.
go to the cemetery and you have like one of those heat, those
Heat detectors.
yeah, like the cameras that can register the temperature,
Yeah,
the
and
temperature.
then that tombstone has a heat register. Like,
Which is kind of strange because usually they say when a ghost is present, it's cooler.
Well, yes, but ghosts still have heat. Like
it is supposed to be colder, and I agree with you, but I don't know. I guess maybe the legend is that she, because of what she was or was believed to be, maybe there's like I don't know, like
You know what you-
hellfire.
You know what you would hear from me if we were
Not the
there?
club.
It,
You would be like,
if you think about it.
Dad, why are you going over there? I'm like, because she ran over there. I'm going over there.
If you think about it, like when you think of witches, they have like all kinds of spells and stuff. There's a chance she put some type of spell on her grave to make it warmer for her to be more comfortable. If
Yeah, but
that's what
if-
she wanted.
If a witch dies and they become a ghost, they're no longer a witch, right?
That's not true. Even in the afterlife, you can still do magic. It's a thing.
She's our resident witch, so we have to believe what she says because we don't know.
Because
Can you imagine?
everyone believes different things. Like
What
if
if
she
that
didn't
was-
believe in heaven or the down there area, then there's a chance she's just hanging out at her gravesite because she wants to mess with people and she
What if-
wants to scare them away because she don't want to be disturbed.
What if everybody did that when they died and, like you were a clown, you come back here like, oh, I'm a juggler. I'm going to do a kid's party.
I will say that if I find myself trapped here after I have died, I am gonna fuck with people so hard.
You
How
said you
fun
left
would
it,
that be?
but you said you're leaving the house to me. If you mess with me, I'm
gonna
gonna
be
exercise you.
Jumping jacks.
No. Like
Oh my
sage.
How cool would that
Be
be?
gone,
to
mother.
just like come back and play pranks on everybody. That would be cool.
That's what I'm gonna do.
No, you're not. What you're going to do is move on.
Nope. I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna mess with people hardcore.
But if I live here and you're trying to get stuff out of the cabinets, you know how I feel about when people leave cabinets open. I hate it.
I'm gonna leave them all over.
Well, then I'm gonna buy a Ouija board.
Yeah, I won't care.
Whoa, there was
A
a
snowflake.
snowflake on my shoulder. All right, so my last one is Wyoming. This one was really cool.
Okay.
This one's called the Ghost Ship of the North Platte.
In Wyoming.
Yeah, that's what. But there's a lake called the North Platte, and it's kind
I'm
of
like, aren't they landlocked? Interesting.
I guess they have water. But,
Obviously, at
like,
some point they had
people
water.
report this ship appearing and then sailing off into like a black mist. But it's always when they see it, someone in that person's family dies,
Oh.
like within 10 days.
Don't go near the ocean.
So it's called the Black Ship of Death. But my thing is, on this, I found this strange because usually we're talking about like ghosts and stuff. But now we're talking about a whole ship. So this is like Pirate of the Caribbean stuff.
So there's not like a
That's not
person
good.
associated. It's literally
No,
the ship.
there wasn't like a captain named or anything. It's just the ship.
That's not very savvy.
But there's lots of rum on board.
So that's probably why they
Did
go
you see me
into-
have trouble finding the straw? No.
Did
I
they,
did.
Did they find the day where they almost caught Captain Jack Sparrow?
Inquiring minds.
Who knows? But I just thought that was interesting.
That's interesting.
So I don't want to see the ship.
No.
Then don't go to Wyoming.
I have no
Stay
need to
away
go to
from
Wyoming.
Wyoming.
Unless Mary's like, we're gonna go to Wyoming. And you're like, fine. That's what he does. He doesn't say no. You don't.
So that
Can't.
that concludes our. I think this is 7 weeks of.
Yeah.
Of
Well, it doesn't
states.
conclude it
Well, it concludes the states.
Right.
Stop messing with your hair.
because we're going to go on the ghost hunt.
Yes.
But,
When?
folks,
As soon as
stay tuned because we have the next topic.
we are gonna move
It's
on.
going to be very exciting. Dramatic pause. Note to self.
No.
If you're doing a podcast and you're commentating, swallow first.
No, if you want dramatic,
She said.
listen, if
Thanks,
you
your
want a
dad never
dramatic
wants to hear
pause,
from the stars.
if
She
you want a
sounds like a
dramatic
whore.
pause, you have to do how they do on that cooking show you watch. The winner is.
Not you.
I was gonna say that.
Oh my god.
So yes, the next subject is
Get the
going
cheese
to
out of your
be
face.
Amazing.
The cheese out of your
I love how he's like the next subject is going to be amazing, but we haven't exactly pinpointed what that subject is going to be quite yet. We're actually going to discuss that as soon as we finish the show. So, but he's like, it's going to be
But I
amazing.
guarantee it's going to be amazing.
It's going to be so amazing. I'm looking at my packing list from my vacation.
So, is it that time?
Yeah, it's that time.
All right.
Time to flush. Now don't mess up my cheese head.
It's not.
I'm gonna need it for when we go to the Super Bowl.
When are you gonna go to the Super Bowl? You
Well,
can't
not me.
afford that.
They are playing the Titans this year.
Are they?
Yep. And Vandy's playing UT at Vandy this year.
Well, I guess we don't have far to travel this year, huh?
Are we going?
Don't we usually?
We
go?
have yet to go to a game at Vandy Stadium.
Well, looks like we're going to Vanderbilt this year.
Maybe
What,
this time
COVID?
you won't be the one getting booed.
That's why we didn't go.
There were a few reasons, yes. COVID was one of them. Anyway.
Ow.
Did that hurt?
Okay, so yeah. So we will be back next week with a whole new topic.
You're so lucky. We'll be back next week.
It's
TBD.
backwards.
Till then.
Looks like a pirate hat.
Arr. I'll see you later, mateys.
Okay, bye.